Come along as we end our winter road trip with some incredible hikes in Utah. Talk about ending on a high note.
Good morning, everybody. We are here at the Corona Arch Trailhead. Funny name and funny story. We came to Moab in fall of 2020 when Kaylee was only 5 and really wanted to do this hike, but it's a little bit of a climb. There is an 8-foot ladder that you have to climb on this trail, as well as some chain sections. So she was pretty young and not very experienced with hiking yet, so we didn't attempt it then, but we also didn't attempt it because it didn't seem right to hike to Corona Arch in the year of 2020, if you know what I mean. So a little more appropriate to do it now. She's old enough to do this hike. It's a little hazy this morning. They're doing some control burning in the area, which is a little disappointing because this canyon where the Colorado River cuts through is absolutely gorgeous, and we may still do some drone footage later. So if you see the smoke, that's what it's from, but it is still absolutely beautiful.
Well, it's certainly nothing like Angel's Landing in Zion National Park, but this trail does feature some chains. There certainly isn't a big precipice one way or the other. They're just here because this is a little bit steep, and the chains help to give you something to grab a hold on to help pull yourself up. So Angela is not super thrilled about chains. She actually wouldn't do Angel's Landing when she had the chance to, because the heights and all of that kind of were a little too much for her. So this should be interesting.
There are little footsteps in the rock, and that helps. Oh dear.
She's a good little mountain goat.
She is.
She is a kid after all.
Oh my goodness, Daddy.
What was that, Kaylee?
Terrible, that joke.
We've been to Delicate Arch twice in Arches National Park. It's gorgeous, it's iconic, it's what everybody thinks of when they think of Arches.
It's on the license plate.
It's on the license plate of Utah, but it's always so busy and so crowded, and you just don't get to soak it in. There's almost nobody here. And I know we're off season, so that does make a difference. But this is just, I could sit here all day.
This was amazing. All of the echoes are so cool. Hello! That's so amazing. This place has been epic. A little while ago, we met some really nice ladies. They were just super nice.
You like meeting people?
Yes, I do.
Job. High five. You a little tired now?
Yeah.
Not your favorite thing in the world?
Oh,
But you know what? You did it, girlfriend. Good job. Nice work.
So our hike this morning was pretty chilly, and we were certainly glad we had our coats on. And it was started off a bit overcast, but then the sun came out brightly, and pretty quickly we had to shed our coats, and even then we started sweating a bit. And then the clouds came back in, and we got some rain for about an hour and a half, 2 hours or so. So we went back to Tiny. Angela got a little nap, Kaylee and I got to relax a bit, and now the sun is back out again. Yeah, we're out here at Grandstaff Canyon right now, and it is beautiful. Not much elevation, and you don't have to watch your footing nearly as much as you do on the hike over to Corona Arch, like we did this morning.
You gotta be careful not to drown in the stream.
Yeah, it's not that big of a deal. But still, waterproof shoes, not a bad idea.
That night, we watched the setting sun bring out the vibrant reds and oranges of the cliffs and mesas along scenic Highway 128. While we would have loved to spend more time around Moab, there were 2 more places we wanted to see before heading home. Little Wild Horse Canyon is one of many impressive slot canyons in the Southwest. Slot canyons are deep, narrow channels of colorful sandstone that have usually been carved by water erosion. They are often only a few feet wide, but can have very high walls. Combined with the patterns and formations in the sandstone, these canyons offer a dramatic hiking experience.
We've hiked in Antelope Canyon. That's probably the most famous of these slot canyons down in Arizona before. And then we hiked in Peekaboo Canyon over in Kanab, Utah, and that was pretty awesome too.
Kaylee was 5 at the time, and she still remembers being able to play in the sand and how awesome the canyon was. But that one is actually pretty far off the main highway, and you have to take a tour to get into because there's so much sand to have to drive through. So we actually took a Hummer tour.
Yeah.
This one you can drive to the trailhead and just hike in yourself.
And I mean, just check this out. I mean, 360-degree views. You just see so much awesome stuff.
This one is called Little Wild Horse Canyon. It's just past Goblin Valley State Park. So that's where we're camping tonight, but we wanted to come check this out before it gets dark.
Wow, that looks narrow, doesn't it, Mommy?
Why do I do these things? I hate tight spaces. Oh.
And it's pretty tight.
Oh, here we go. You got
There we go.
I'm gonna get down.
No, I got you. I got you. Mommy's turn.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you have to. Pretty amazing, some of the stuff that can be formed with sandstone.
And lots of water.
Lots of water. I think it would be so awesome to be here from a safe vantage point when there was water rushing through all this. It would be amazing to see. But if you weren't at a safe vantage point, it would mean a very quick death.
Yeah, and lots of people have died hiking in slot canyons, and flash floods, thank you, Kaylee, happen. And of course, there's nowhere for them to go other than right back through the canyon. It's not a pretty thing. So
no, be very, very safe. If you ever do a slot canyon, make sure that you've looked at the weather forecasts, not just for your area, but upstream a bit, because a flash flood is no joke when you're in one of these canyons.
Yeah.
I'm the king of the rock.
I was not as fun as the first time.
In our previous season, when we went to Alaska, I shared a tip about keeping kids hiking on a long trail. How if you pop a piece of chocolate in their mouth about every quarter mile, it keeps them coming. Well, if it's too close to dinner and you don't want to ruin their dinner, pistachios also work. Or something healthy.
The sandstone here is so brittle and wears away so quickly that literally every rain that comes through changes it a little bit. And if you come back here regularly, you can actually see the changes to it. That's so cool. It's a sad day.
It's almost over.
Our Southwest trip is almost finished.
It's our last morning to tour, and we are at Goblin Valley State Park in Utah.
It's a place you've probably never heard of.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
And when you think of goblins, you probably think of some evil little creature, not these kinds of things. Although she kind of looks like a goblin right now. But, no, these are sandstone structures. It's just interesting how all of this has weathered to create these structures that are called goblins. And this place is actually really big. There are a lot of these.
And it's 40 degrees right now, but we're about to shed coats because the sun obviously is shining very brightly. So we're gonna soak up the rays before we head back north to where it's cold and possibly snowy. So let's enjoy.
Enjoy our last day.
Hello!
It's a little goblin. Oh no. Whoa.
I'm gonna try now.
Oh my goodness.
You're dancing on ice. I know, Angela still has a love-hate relationship with the sun.
It's so hard to take photographs and video because there's so much contrast between the brightness of the sun and then the shadows that it casts. I hope this turns out good.
It's a snail. Who would have ever thought that dirt could be so beautiful? And of course, our child's favorite thing is to play in the dirt.
My legs, they're done. They're done.
Kaylee's like, Mommy, is this fun? And Angela's like, I don't know if this is fun or not. It's something.
Well, unique only begins to describe this place. And it really encourages us to look outside of the national parks for things to explore. Don't overlook your state parks, your national monuments, historical monuments, all those types of things, because it really just adds a lot of variety to what you're doing. Don't be scared to get out there and look for something different. This has been an awesome day. I'm very sad to be hiking back, knowing that it's the end of our travels for a few months, but it's been awesome. We've made the most awesome memories and look forward to making more again in the future.
Join us down the road as we briefly head back to Alaska, but in a very different way and for a very different purpose. And until next time, enjoy your journey.